Dear student, welcome to my channel. This is the 31 video on C programming, and in this video I am going to start with one-dimensional character array that is called string. So in the first video I will explain some theory part, and after that I will start with the exercises. Now let us start. A string is a homogeneous array of characters, and array is nothing but integers, and generally for array of characters we call string because all elements are of the type character. Every string ends with a null character. This is very important, and null character is represented by /0, which marks the end of the string. The null character is automatically added when we take input functions like scanf, getS or fgets to accept the string. Also we can add manually this character when required. When declaring a string, the array size must include space for the null terminator, so we require one extra space. String in C are not separate data type, they are simply character array. When initializing a string using double quotes, C automatically appends a terminating /0. In scanf, we do not use ampersand sign, so when we accept the string in using scanf function, we are not using this ampersand sign, that is nothing but address, because the string name for the string the array name already represents the address of the first element. So this thing will be clear when I will take the pointers section. The string cannot be assigned using this assignment operator, that is equal. That is, for example, like that for integer variable we can write down a equal to 10. So for string we can't assign directly this. To do the operation like copy or other manipulation operation, we require to use a library function such as string copy, string compare, string length, string concatenation from the string.H. But before directly using this string function, we are doing these functions manually, so we can understand how internally function takes place. First program, write a C program to declare an initialized string and then print it. Now input is hello world and output is hello world. Now here we use the initialization of the string. Now here character input string, same as our integer array, we can initialize the string also. Now here hello world, and each character is used in a single quote, and this is another string and in which we end with the null character. So here only hello world, and after that here it is a null character. So when we print the string, we can say that we can see that when we are using just input string, it is printing the hello world, but after that it will printing some garbage value. And when we end our string with the null character, at that time it is printing the exactly string, that is hello world. So that is nothing but the terminated character of a string. So in this way you require to understand the role of null character. Now see the next program. Write a program to find and print the length of given string. Now input is computer and length of the string is 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So here see integer I length, character input string 10. Now here we declare with the character. Enter string scanf. So when we take scanf, there is no need of use of ampersand operator. This will be clear in a pointer concept. So for I equal to 0, now see for here for loop there is a semicolon is there because we are not doing anything in the loop, because we just require to do the increment operator, and that we are doing in this particular area. So for I equal to 0 comma length equal to 0, even there is no need to take length. If you are using this loop, our I is also sufficient. I equal to 0 comma length is equal to 0. Input stri is not equal to null. For example, this string is computer, so unless the condition is true when the characters are other than null. For example, when the character is C, this condition is true, it will go into the loop. But when this character comes, that is /0, that is null character, the condition become fail and we will come out of the loop. This is very important concept to understand the string. That is, unless and until that null character comes, our loop is true. That is, our condition is true and we are going into the loop. And when this character comes, our condition becomes fail, because here what is written, unless and until you continue where input string of I is not equal to null, and when it becomes null, condition become fail. What we are doing I plus plus and length plus plus. Now see, initially it will start with I equal to 0. What is the input at 0th location C? So it will accept. After that it will do I plus plus and length plus plus. So when it do I plus plus and length plus plus, I becomes 1 and length is also become 1. Now it will take the next character. So in this way it will continue the program. So actually inside the for loop we don't want to write down anything, that's why semicolon is there, and after that length is written. So if you are not comfortable, what you can do, you just remove the semicolon and inside you just write down the length plus plus. So you will get the flow how the program is doing, and after that you can do the end with the parenthesis. So for that program, see, we don't require that length is also become 8, and here when we come out of the loop at that time, because it will come out of the loop when null character is there, and null character is present at 8 location. So when we come out of the loop, even we print the value of I, that will also print the length of the string only. So anyway you can do the program. Now third program is write a program to copy one string into another using a loop. Now here it is important to understand the role of null character. Now these two strings are there. So first string, so there is no need like array that how many elements are there, enter their location. We can directly accept the string. So we have accepted the string. Now what we are doing, for I equal to 0, input string particular character is not null, we are going to continue, and I plus plus, and in this we are writing output stri is equal to input stri. Now see here 20 characters are there, 20 characters are there. So when we accept the string using scanf function, at that time when apple is accepted, automatically null character gets attached here, because we are accepting the string using scanf function. But when we come out of the loop, at that time in the output string only apple gets stored, because when null character we are coming out of the loop. So when we print the apple without using this, see the value of I equal to 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this null character is stored at 5 location, and when this I becomes 5 we are coming out of the loop. So that's why the value of 5 is there. Now what will happen if we skip this statement? What will happen, it 20 locations are there, so it may happen that after that it will print the garbage value. So therefore it is very much important that output str of I location, see I location is 5, and at the 5th location only we want to insert the null character. We are inserting the null character and we are printing the output. So when you try this program, you just make the comment to this line and see the output. You can see some garbage characters are there. So this is nothing but garbage value. So initially all garbage values are there, then we are copying A, P, P, L, A, but here null character is there, so we stop. But when you print the string, it will print all the that is actual characters plus the garbage value. Now next, write a program to concat. So yesterday, in my previous video, I took all operations of array using the merge operation using the two arrays. So this program is very much similar to that. So here two strings are there, one is good and second is morning, and we require to concat the two strings. Concatenation is nothing but the first string we copy and then we copy the second string after the end of the first string. Now see, the program is very similar. Input string 2 20 20 and output string 40. Then this 20 20 we accepted. Now what we require to do, we require to copy the first string. So we will copy. So here we are keeping the location as I only, because both location will go at the same location. So we copied the first string, that is for I equal to 0, input of string of I is not equal to null I plus plus, and output of str I is equal to input str of I. So we copied the first string. So when we copied the first string, we print the value of I. Now see, good. So it will come at location 0, 1, 2, 3, and see when we come out of the loop, I is already incremented because it takes the null character, and null character is it takes I equal to 4, at which null character is there, that's why it come out of the loop. So what is the value of I is 4, and at this 4th location we want to copy now the M character, so there is no need of incrementing of I. Now we will copy the second string. Now when we copy the second string, at that time we can't change this I location of the output string, so that's why I use j equal to 0, input string of j is not equal to null character I plus plus and j plus plus, and here I am copied the j. Now j will start from 0, that is nothing but M, and it will copy to the location. And after that the important statement is that when we come out of the loop, at that time see we have printed the 11 value. Now see 0 1 2 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and when we come out of the loop, I becomes already incremented because it captures the null character. So I becomes 11. So what we are doing, at 11th location we want which character? Null character, and it after that we are printing this string. So even I have explained with this table also. So if you are at initial, you can understood by this table also. Now next is a very simple program. Write a program to reverse the characters of a given string. So input is hello, we require to write down the reverse string. Now see, for that what we require to do, see this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we'll do, we'll go to, see, we are just traversing the string, we have accepted the string. Then for I equal to 0, input string of I is not equal to null character I plus plus. This semicolon is there because we are not doing anything in the loop, we are just incrementing. So it will stop when that particular character is null character, and it is at which location? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at 5th location null character is there, and it will come out of the loop. Now see, when we print the value of I, which is equal to again 5, then now see, when we want to print the reverse string, the location is what? 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why I did I minus minus. So that's why there is no need to remember the program, but every statement you have to understand what is actually going in the program. Then after that, what? J equal to 0. Now we want to copy into the reverse string. So reverse string location will start from J, that is J equal to 0, I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, and J plus plus. So we are incrementing the J and we are decrementing the I. And what will be our condition? That is I is now 4. Now it will come from 4 to 0. That's why condition is there. I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, and J plus plus. So in this way we copied the reverse string, input string from reverse direction into the reverse string. And after that again the important statement is reverse string of J is equal to null character, because and after that what will happen, that it will print with the for example here length is 20, right? Sorry, length is 20. So what it will print? It will print olleh, and after that it will print the null character. And you can see that I have used which location? J. So it will copy the J as O, 0th location, 1 location, 2 location, 3 location, 4, and at 5th location it will copy which character? Null character. Write a program to compare the two string and display whether they are equal or not. This is very important program to understand. Now see, the first input is data and second input is data. The strings are equal. Now as you know from your previous programming, that comparison is always takes place on the ASCII value. So when we compare capital A and small a always is greater than the capital A, because its ASCII value is 65 and this ASCII value is 97. So based on that comparison takes place. Now here very important to understand this condition. Now see, we are accepting the first string, we are accepting the second string. Now you will come to know the difference, that when we are accepting the string we are directly accepting, but when we accept the array we are not directly accepting, we are accepting how many elements, and we are accepting element one by one. This is not case with the string. That's why there is no need to use ampersand operator, because it is just directly address of the first element. So that will clear in a pointer concept. Now see what we are doing for I equal to 0. Now see, we are comparing the two strings. So it may happen that two strings having equal number of characters, maybe more number of characters, maybe less number of characters. So what we require to do for I equal to 0, flag is very important, because match not match. So here flag values are set to 3 values. Now see, initially flag is equal to 0. When the string match, flag remains 0. But when first string is greater, flag becomes 1, and when the second string is greater, flag becomes -1. So in this way I use flag for the 3 set value, that is either 0, 1 or -1. Now see here, I equal to 0, flag equal to 0, while either input string of I is not equal to null character or input string of 2 is not equal to null character I plus plus. So when these two strings don't have null character, then they will go into the loop. Now if one of the string ends, what is mean by one of the string ends? Its null character occurs, so these become fail, but it may happen that this string is not ends, so this become true. And what is in between, what is operator? Or operator. So false true is what? True. So it will still go inside the loop. So it may happen that second string ends. So when second string ends, this condition fails, but first string is not ends, so this is what? True, and it will go inside the loop. So this will continue unless and until your both strings are what? Null character. So this is nothing but the condition. This is very important to understand. Now see, if input string of I is equal to input string of I, both having the same character, not j, if both first characters is same, greater than the second string, what we do? Flag equal to 1 and break. Why break? Because they are not same. It clearly mentioned that the first string character is greater than the second string character, so break. If the opposite condition, flag minus 1 is equal to break. And if this now happens that is, for example, data and data is there, so what will happen? See, first dd match, it will not go into this condition, not go into this condition, it will go to the next iteration and flag remains 0. Now it compare a, after that it compare t, after that it compare a, and both null characters occur simultaneously. When both null characters occur simultaneously, what will happen? This condition is fail and fail. So what is fail or fail? It is nothing but what? Fail. So it will come out of the loop. And here, for example, if you are using data and if you are using data, here the first character is greater than this capital T, so it will, what it does, it will make flag equal to 1 and it will break. And break is always from the loop and not from the condition, and there is only one loop is there, so when you use break, it will come out of this loop. So after that, when come out of the for loop, we require to write down based on the status of flag. If flag equal to 0, both strings are same. If flag equal to 1, the first string is greater than second string, else second string is greater than first string. So in this way you require to do the program. Now this is very important. See, when both strings ends, both become fail, false condition. So false or false is what? False. When the first string ends, then at that time this condition actually I have to write in a different way. That is, when the first string ends, this condition become fail, and this is true because its character is not null. And when the second string ends, then what will happen? This is true and this is false. So I have to just explain the way. Now next program is write a program to check whether given strings reads the same backward as forward, that is called palindrome. So we have already covered such type of program in various way in nested for loop as well as in array. So I am not going to explain logic again and again. So here you require to accept the string, then first you require to find out the string. Now see, the madam string is there, MADAM. So what you require? You require the counter at the first character. So first character counter is very easy, you can initialize to 1, but we want which counter? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we'll do, we will just iterate the loop. Now see, for I equal to 0, even there is no use of length variable, we can directly take with the I also. For I equal to 0, length equal to 0, input string is not equal to null character I plus plus length plus plus. I am taking length to understand better. Now see, what is the length? Length is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now next last character we want to locate at length minus 1. Now see, for I equal to 0, length minus 1. Now there will be two pointer. One, this I pointer at 0th location and j pointer at length minus 1. And we will continue. Now I will explain how up to how much you want to continue. Now initially see, I is less than or equal to j. Yes, this is 0th and this is 4. So okay, I is less than, j is greater. So what you will do, we will compare the characters. M and M is match. Yes, match. Then we will continue. Now I plus plus and j minus minus. So I come here, j comes here. Character match. Yes. After that what, they come at the same location, and this condition still satisfy, that is I is less than or equal to j. Now they are at same location and d will be matched with the d. After that I increments, now this condition becomes fail and it will come out of the loop. So when it will come out of the loop, at that time continuous our flag is what, 0. So that's why it will print that given string is palindrome. And if for example instead of MADA, if here it is MADAP, what will happen? First time the characters are not matched, the flag becomes 1 and break, and it always break from what, loop. So it will print like this. Write a program to count how many times a specific characters appears in a string. For example banana, and we want to search the character A. So this program I have already taken in a linear search. So here accept the string, enter the character to be searched. For I equal to 0, count is equal to 0. Input string character is not equal to null, I plus plus. If it is matched with the x, we are making what, count plus plus. And here after the end of this loop, if count is 0, 0, then character is not present, else character is present for percentage d times, and that value is nothing but our count variable. Now in this program you require to understand the nested loop, and you can see that with the nested loop program becomes very easy. The complexity increases but the logic becomes very powerful. Now see, input is education and you require to find out the vowels. So this is vowel 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So for that how many vowels are there? So you may accept the string as capital or small. So I have declared one character array in which A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U are there. Now here I have not used null character. Why? Because I explicitly going from this location to this location. But if I am not going, I may use null character here, but I am not going beyond this particular location. That's why I have used only AEIOU and capital AEIOU. After that enter the string accept. For I equal to 0, count equal to 0, input string is not equal to null, I plus plus. So for every character we require to check this 10 location. So for that j equal to 0, j is less than 10, j plus plus. If input string of I is equal to vowels of j, so vowels of j, so when for every character it will check from small a to capital U. If match, it will do what, count plus plus, and it will do break. Now here to understand why break is there. Now this is the nested loop, so when it will break, it will not break from the entire loop because two loops are there. So what is this break? It will break only from the inner loop. And why we need a break? Now for example, see, education is there, so education will not match with A, then it will match with E. Yes, if it is matched, there is no need to check with the rest of the characters. So that's why what we do, we have incremented count, so count becomes 1 and we make a break. So when break happens, we will go for the which character, next character, because it will go into the outer loop. Now it will take the next character is what, D. So it will, D character will check with all 10 location, not match, so it will come out of the loop automatically. Next U character comes, so U character match with this A, E, I, O, U, so it will match here. So once match, count becomes 2 and we are break. Break means the loop, break from the inner loop, that is from this, because once it is matched, there is no need to scroll the next characters. After that, if count equal to 0, no vowel is present, else the vowels are present for that percentage d times, that we can print. Now this is very important. Up to all that 9 programs, we have accepted the string without space. For example, see, or you just observe all programs. In all programs there is no space, because whenever space, the scope of the scanf ends. But now for string programming, we require to accept the string which may be single line or which may be multiple lines, to count the characters, to count the words, to count the space, or to find out the particular pattern. So for that we require to accept the string. Now in this program we will restrict our scope only to the one line, and in the next consecutive programs we will go for the more complex programs. Now welcome to C programming. Now see, enter the string. Now here we can't use the scanf function, because scanf function stops when we enter the space. So here I am using the fgets. Now gets function is also there. So getS is unsafe and deprecated because it can cause a buffer overflow. If we use, for example, 40 characters are there, so we can accept, see, one space is allocated for null ideally, so we can accept maximum 39 characters. But if user enters more number of characters, then buffer overflow occurs, and buffer overflow cause the system crash also. These are nothing but the security concern, so that's why it is not beneficial to use the getS function. So that's why if user enters more than 39 characters, it will override the memory and leading to the crash or security issue. So that's why I am using the fgetS function. So for fgetS, input string, this parameter size of input string, and that is nothing but standard input, that is nothing but the how we are accept the string. So this is nothing but the syntax of fgetS: input string, size of input string, and standard input. And after that fgetS, I am using putS function to display the string on screen, that is nothing but fputS function. And here I can use the printf also, because either you can use putS or you can use the printf, and in this way the string gets printed on the screen. So that's why preferable to use fgetS rather than the getS function. So this is all about the string initial programs. So in the next video I will take some different programs on string manipulation. Thank you.